Okay, my dear YouTube friends, let's do a reading for the year of 2025. This is terrifically exciting. We're going to use my self-generating spread. So the first three cards are to determine what the three questions are. Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, and we want them upright. Moon, Death, and Chariot. So now we decide on the questions. The moon, what's the test of the coming year? Okay, death, what's going to change? Where is change to be found in the coming year? And chariot, where is progress to be found? Okay, let's get some cards for those three questions. It's a bit unstable, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm doing this reading on an unstable surface, which is maybe quite appropriate. Here we go, let's cut and go. Okay, so we've got a majority of reversed. We're going to reverse the reading. Okay, so let's have a look at those questions and answers. What's the test? Magician, I would say that the test for us is to be starting something new. To look for beginnings, to look for freshness with the Magician here. Things that we can do which are going to make us feel good and going to make us feel a bit powerful and give us a bit of a sense of agency. Okay. What's going to change? I think what's going to change is, in a sense, what is it that's going to give us a feeling of stability and security in the year? Maybe even you could really say financially, is where is our feeling of financial security or safety going to be in this year? And I think that's going to change. I think we've got to practice lateral thinking, think a bit outside the box, look in different directions, okay? And progress, we've got a reversed Ten of Rods for progress. So it seems that to progress, we must, I think, sort of what I want to say is throw off any responsibility which is not sort of productive. In other words, so throw off unnecessary burdens and responsibilities, or an unnecessary burden and an unnecessary responsibility. So it feels like we're looking for a certain sort of freshness there, and here we're going to be tested as to whether we can start something fresh. And here I think again we're going to be asked to think a little bit laterally, a little bit outside the box with regard to what makes us feel safe. I'm going like a Boeing today, ladies and gentlemen, because it's Christmas and you know, the mince pies are calling. I've got to get back to the kitchen table, haven't I, in a second? But let's draw a pop star for the year. Who might that be? And our pop star for the year is it's David Bowie. Oh my God. What does David Bowie have to say to us for this year? Well, he's in his Jean Genie outfit, isn't he? The Jean Genie was someone who was very naive, and a guy who sneaks off to the city and sort of gets off on trashy city pleasures and yet can't quite let himself go. At least he screams to himself, doesn't he? Jean Genie, let yourself go. It's quite an exciting card to get, isn't it? Because you're really, as David Bowie or as Jean Genie, you're really kind of, you're a bit ambitious, but you're also capable of great lateral thinking. So there's this combination of pushiness. I think Bowie was very pushy, and actually quite selfish, certainly in the 70s when he was on the way up, but also a very interesting lateral way of thinking and quite a trailblazer. So I think that goes quite well with our cards for today. This feeling of freshness and looking for different ways of getting there, of getting that result. Bowie always wanted results, but he got there by very surprising and unexpected routes. So having pulled a pop star, I'm going to shock you all by pulling a British monarch. I've got my British kings and queens cards here. These don't even have proper backs. The info's on the back and the picture's on the front, but let's just quickly pull a British monarch. See who we get. I'm hoping it's going to be someone fun. We've got Edward the Seventh. How fantastic. Edward the Seventh went to Paris to watch the Can-Can, didn't he? He was the eldest son of Victoria and Albert. The Genie, let yourself go. He did let himself go. He was the king of the Edwardian age, when everything was rather ooh la la and exciting. It says here, he smoked heavily, ate too much, and enjoyed a lot of female company. He became involved in divorce scandals, while his illegal gambling was exposed in a slander case. And his state visit to Paris in 1903 paved the way for the Entente Cordiale. So he was an internationalist, and he was a bit of a, what's the word, a bon viveur. So that's a really nice energy, I think, for the year. Let's have those on the table to pick and choose from as we will. If you're more of a pop star person, have a David Bowie year. And if there's anyone out there who's a kings and queens sort of person, have an Edward the Seventh year. And as we say in Germany, viel Spaß damit, which means I wish you a lot of fun with it. I'll be back next week with more of this stuff. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I like coffee. I like tea. I like the Java jive. And it likes me.